Before we jump into today's Chicago Bears mailbag, where I answer all of your questions, make sure you subscribe so we don't miss any of your questions on a future show. So hit that subscribe button. Join us every single day. If you love the Bears, we continue to bring you the latest news and rumors around the Chicago Bears. So go ahead and subscribe and share that link with a friend, youtube.com/BearsNow. You're watching Bears Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Harrison Graham. It is mailbag time on today's show, so let's answer as many questions as we possibly can. If you super chat, you can skip to the front of the line. Michael Ortman, appreciate the $2. Trade 2023 first-round pick for DK. Listen, I've told you guys I like DK a lot. I think he would fit in really well here. If it was only your first next year for Metcalf, I probably would consider it. If it was like a first and a second, I can understand the hesitation. I can understand both sides of it because Ryan Poles believes building through the draft is the way to go, and he doesn't want to trade major draft capital, at least not yet. Vibing with the dog, what's good? Appreciate the $5. How would you feel if we started a rookie left tackle and a rookie right guard week 1? I'd be... I don't know if nervous is the right word, but I would be slightly concerned that that's asking a lot out of a pair of rookies. But if that's the best 5, then play the best 5. Now, I would argue to get to the best 5, you could sign somebody like Quentin Spain or Eric Flowers or Eric Fisher, Dwayne Brown. Like, all those guys would really help. But out of the guys you currently have, if Braxton Jones is at left tackle and Zach Thomas is your right guard, or Tyree Carter or something like that, well, then so be it. Play the best 5. Don't play guys who have been here longer. Lucas Prang, another $5. Appreciate that. Trying to go to my first Bears training camp this year, and I'm super excited. Nice. Do you have any plans on going to training camp or preseason games? No plans in the works for now. I'd love to go in the future, though. I think it'd be a lot of fun to get out there and interact with some of you fans and go watch a couple of practices, but for now, that is not in the plans, but you never know what could be in store for the future. Chris Peacock, is Cole Kmet ready to have a big season in year 3? Oh, wow. Chris Peacock, I think I'm sidetracked here. I think he is ready because you look at the growth he made last year in which he doubled his targets, doubled his catches, more than doubled his yards. His average went up. Sure, he didn't have a touchdown, but that's because they were obsessed with trying to get Jimmy Graham involved in the red zone. Had he had 3 or 4 touchdowns last year, I think we would have been looking at this like, damn, that was a nice second year for Cole Kmet. 60 catches, 600 yards, 3-4 touchdowns. But everybody's like, well, he didn't even have a touchdown. Yeah, he still had 60 for 612. That was like top 12 in the NFL among tight ends. It's not bad at all. I think if he continues to improve in that area, plus add some touchdowns, then I think we're going to be feeling pretty good about Cole Kmet at the end of 2022. Will Cole Kmet have a breakout year? What do you guys think? Type Y for yes. Type in for no. Predict it for us down in the comments. Will Cole Kmet break out this year? Mr. Inglewood, $2. Appreciate it. Give up a 3rd or 4th for Calvin Ridley in 23. That would be tempting because you're buying low on a guy who's going to be suspended this year due to the gambling situation. But, listen, we don't know what's going on with Ridley. Like, is he going to be good after basically missing 2 years because he walked away early last year? I don't know. I like Calvin Ridley a lot. He's very talented. Obviously, the Bears drafted his brother, Riley Ridley. That didn't work out. Shout out to Nagy and the boys. No, I'm just kidding. I just think Riley wasn't as good. But, that's pretty tempting. I don't think it would happen right now, but maybe in the offseason. Nicholas Ritchie, why is Poles so cheap? You could get any of those guards for cheap, and Fields has a good chance of not getting pummeled. It may not be a money thing. It may be we don't want to bring in a 31-year-old veteran to start at right guard, or maybe they don't feel they fit the scheme. It could be a number of different things. Maybe they're still just in the evaluating stage of, hey, we just got through minicamp and OTAs. Let's see how we feel about these other offensive linemen. So I don't think it's necessarily about money, but I will say this. They do want to carry over cap to next year. roll over some of that money. So that could be part of it. RJ Kingshark, how many passing touchdowns will Bustin Fields have? I don't think he's a bust, but you guys are entitled to your opinions. About 22 passing, 6 rushing, 28 total. Let's do it. That'd be fun. Make sure you guys are subscribed to us on the Callin app. The link is right there, chatsports.com/BearsCallin. Audio social podcasting app in which you guys are allowed to call in, just like Twitter Spaces. You just, boom, hop into the caller queue. I pod you up. We chop up some Bears football back and forth. This is your chance to call into the show. Chatsports.com/BearsCallin. That is chatsports.com/BearsCallin. Join in on the movement. Also, there's a link to iOS and Android download in the live chat to download the app on your mobile device. Also, if you're watching on a TV, screenshot this, and it'll redirect you to Bears Now on Callin. So QR code right there. You're good to go. Let's make it happen. Let's continue to grow over there. Oh, a new Stingray Kid was coming. Bustin Fields for Sam Darnold and a first. No. Sure, you get a first out of it, but still no. Sam Darnold stinks, number one. He is horrible. I'd rather just trade for a first. Like, I don't even want Darnold. So, no, that's not going to happen. Larry Rosen signed Jason Peters without a quality left tackle. Justin will probably get injured. Why does the new coaching geniuses understand it? Why don't they, you mean? Maybe they think Braxton Jones is going to be really good, Larry. I will say this. I don't know if Peters really fits what the new regime wants to do. He's a heavier offensive lineman. They like guys lighter on their feet. That's not 340-pound Jason Peters at almost 40 years old. But I understand what you're saying. Listen, I would go sign another offensive lineman. I've been pretty clear about that. Jock Harrington, why does everybody want to trade for receivers who are going to be free agents next year? Well, Jock, most of those guys are going to get tagged or new deals by then. They're all going to be franchise tagged. Deebo Samuel, DK Metcalf, Terry McLaurin. Why would any of those teams just let them enter free agency? They won't. They'll tag them or they'll trade them. So that's why teams want to trade for them. So they can, the Bears can be the team that gets one of those guys. Joe Chavez, Russell Wilson is a poor man's Justin Fields. Hey, if that's the case, then you got something in Fields because Russell Wilson's a stud. So if Fields is a better Russell Wilson, then hey, that's high praise. Neek trades Sangray Kim for a bag of Fritos. I'm not a big Fritos guy, but hey, it's all good. It's all good. Timothy Corrali, Sangray Kim is a Packer fan. Maybe. Just like Don Burr is really a Bears fan. We all know that's true. Sangray Kim, trade Bustin plus Quinn for Darnold, 2 firsts. I'm just speechless. You get 3. I know what producer Jack's telling. I know what he's saying, Jack. You package 3 to get Bryce Young. We don't know what Bryce Young's going to be. I like Bryce Young a lot, but he's less proven than Fields in the NFL. He hasn't even played yet. So let's see what Justin can do this year. Come on. Kabadi Moody, if Mustipher was more physical and agile, would you feel better with him at guard? He has experience at center. Felt bull rushes. I think he could play. I just don't think he's strong enough to be a starter. I mean, that's just what it comes down to. If anything came money, I'd rather have him at center than Patrick at right guard. But again, I just, I don't view Mustipher as a starting lineman in this league. Hopefully they figure out who the right guard is because I don't think it's anybody currently on the roster unless someone surprises us. I don't trust Sam Mustipher. Georgia Rebel, why aren't we spending money to add to the defensive line position? They still might. Larry Ogunjobi, by the way, update there. He visited the Steelers on Tuesday, so we'll see where he ends up. But Bears got almost $24 million in cap space, so they can certainly make a move or two. Can I get a bear down in the comments? Just spam it right now. Well, I'll take a sip of water. Get those bear downs going. You can use the emojis. You can use the words. Doesn't matter. Type bear down in the comments, and let's get the chat lit up. Ryan Stevenson, do you think the Bears sign Julio Jones? I would guess no, but I do think he's going to play this year, and he's still unsigned, so we'll see. I'd be open to it. I'd be open to seeing what Julio's got left in the tank. Philip Paul Masano, if you had your choice of AA free agent right now, who would you sign? If I had to pick one guy, probably be Quentin Spain or Darrell Williams. Darrell Williams, formerly of the Bills, can play tackle or guard. Spain could plug in at right guard, but I'd also have interest in Eric Fisher and Dwayne Brown. There's several receivers like Emmanuel Sanders that I would be interested in, Will Fuller. Don Bird, Detroit top 3-0 line, the 2018 Goff will appear. Donnie, get the FDETs going in the chat for Donnie. Goff's done. Goff is a bridge starter at this point. He's not getting back to what he was when they went to a Super Bowl. Coach Matt Nagy is back. Are the Bears waiting to see how Roquan performs in the new defense before re-signing him? Not that I care about defense. Didn't seem like you cared about offense either when you were in Chicago. I don't know. I mean, it's a fair question. I don't know what the answer to that is. I think getting a contract extension makes sense for Roquan before training camp, but it's been pretty quiet on that movement. We'll see what happens. Kamani Moody, appreciate the super chat. Will we see Velus Jones Jr. in Wildcat this year? It's possible. I kind of view Wildcat as a gimmicky type of deal. If you're having to use it, it probably means your offense isn't good. Unless you have a specific weapon there. Like, for example, the Saints with Taysom Hill had some success with it because he could throw out of the Wildcat. But if you know they're running it 100% of the time, unless you have a dominant offensive line, which the Bears don't, I don't know how effective it actually is at this point. Appreciate everybody for submitting their questions. Be sure to follow and subscribe to us on Callin, chatsports.com/BearsCallin. Link to download on iOS and Android in the live chat. Weekly live shows every Tuesday after our Bears Now live stream on YouTube.